here. Okay. Right, so we see an incident. This incident triggers a chain of events. So for this one particularly, this is run against a default playbook. So, but then you could have the playbook for blocking URLs, calculate the severity using third-party integrations. You've got access from here to the war room, which is essentially, as you can see, you can invite people into the war room. You can interact with the dbot, so you can interact through the command line here with your integrations. You can ask questions, you can enrich data, you can pretty much do everything, and everybody can from here view the same incident. So everybody comes into here, people, stakeholders, people that are required to review incidents and so on, can come into here, can see this, and then evidence is gathered and catalogued as you go. So essentially from that incident, this is the playbook that would have been triggered from there. So that incident there, should indicators be extracted and enriched? Yes. Extract indicators from incident. So it'll extract the stuff from the context data. Context data is essentially the raw data that came in. So you've got incident, you've got where it came from, the severity. It takes all this and enriches it, and it uses the integrations to do that. And then you come down to manually review the incident. So then here specifically, I've closed the incident because it was just a test incident, and that's the investigation data. That's the indicators there, where it came from, what the source was, and so that's it. So essentially then, to look at the playbooks, so in here you can create the playbooks, you can create a new playbook, you can use generic ones that are in here. This again works off of your integrations. So for account enrichment, to find out about, is there an account to enrich? So has there an Active Directory account? Is the query v2 enabled? Else, done. Can't do it. Yes. Then get account info from Active Directory using your Active Directory integration. Autofocus polling, so you can poll it. You can run the polling command. Wait for the polling to complete. Schedule task failed if it doesn't work. There's hashes, file hashes. Is integration active? Yes. Yes. Does the SHA-256 exist? Does the MD5 exist? Then yes. Search on code 42 by hash, else, and then complete, and then it will show you the results in the war room. Your integrations are found under here, and that was just something. And these are the ones, so essentially these are the ones that we have installed, and as you can see, you can use them for, so I have one here for my home lab. That's the credentials. I can use that for logging into the system itself. I can use that to search for account information. And it goes all the way down to Jira to create tickets as a result of it. If we want to look for threat intel feeds, for instance, we can look at Alien Vault. I've got reputation feed there, so I can use a reputation feed, and that is, I mean, that is literally as easy as equals mo4.co.uk using brand, and then we'll have Alien Vault. Okay, so you see now we've typed in that, come to here, and essentially we have, so there's my command, URL, reputation, brand, alien vault. So if you have multiple integrations for URL reputation and so on, then you can select different brands, or you can add that into your different playbooks. And there's a result. It's benign, which is fortunate because it's mine. The certificates, related IPs and ASNs, and even a screenshot of what it looks like. Now all that can then be put down to, you can add it to evidence, so you can mark as a note, you can view artifact in new tabs, you can look at it in new tabs. So if it's truncated for any reason, if there's a lot of output, you can view it in new tabs, or you can attach it to a task. And that's essentially it. So you have so many available to you for integrations. Use cases are essentially, as it says, it's a use case. So these are specifically for specific uses: case management, notification, integrations, Gmail, categories, data enrichment and threat intelligence. There's free, there's paid for ones. I don't think there's many paid for ones at the minute. This is just updating. This is how easy it is to update. So if we just update common scripts, update, and there is one small drawback. I don't know if it's a drawback, but there is one thing: it is resource intensive. So the reason mine is running really slow at the minute is purely and simply because I'm running it in VMware on an old HP workstation. So the minimum resource required is an SSD, frankly, because the searches it does, and the database accessing that it does just makes a mockery of any spindle. And 8 cores is the minimum as well. So I'll go into it more later. You've got full reporting here. I am going to spend a lot of time looking at this. I do plan to do so, as I say, the PCSAE for the automation engineer exam as part of becoming a NextWave partner. That's what I want to really start concentrating on, because automation is the answer, really. At the risk of sounding like trying to put people out of business, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're trying to free up the mundane tasks for the engineers and human interaction to be more valuable, and XSOAR does that perfectly. Just to point out quickly here, so this is the free edition. The free edition allows you to have 166 commands in one day. That's one 24-hour period. That sounds like it's quite a lot, but it is, and it's usable as long as you have, if you've designed your logs and your incidents correctly and you use them correctly, that is enough commands. When you get into large playbooks, large automations, that goes down very, very quickly. So you've got to be careful. I initially set it up to log everything from my firewall, and I got rid of all my free commands in one hour, I think it was, something like that. Not ideal. Jobs, essentially, you create a new job creates an incident triggers the automation, and then that goes through and becomes the jobs and the integrations, and then all the enrichments. So that's it. That's my video. Just a quick introduction into XSOAR and what we're doing now at Mode 44. Check back often, and I'm going to add more and more videos of these. I think it's an amazing platform, and I'm very much looking forward to learning about it.